Hey guys, my name is Kamran Waziir, and in this video we're going to talk about how to make this kind of 3D billboard in Blender while adding Deadpool into it. So first of all, we're going to start with Blender because we need to convert the video into PNG sequence. So let's do it right away. So I'm going to come up to Blender and I'm going to open up video editing. Yeah, in this process, we're going to use Adobe After Effects and Blender together because this footage is very easy to motion track. So I'm not going to go to very detail using Blender motion tracking system because it's going to take so much time. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to use Adobe After Effects because it's very powerful and it's very fast to do. So let's first convert our video into PNG sequence. Then we're going to talk about motion tracking in After Effects, then importing it into Blender. So I'm going to come up to add, and I'm going to add a movie, which is actually going to be our video clip. This one. So right now, as you can see, it's rotated. I don't know why the Blender does that, but let's just take it and accept it. So this is the footage and it's longer, 247 frames. I'm gonna just type in 247 in the ending frame, and in here I'm gonna select PNG sequence, and right here I'm gonna click the folder icon and I'm gonna save it somewhere. That is perfect. It picks off for the, I'm gonna create a new folder and I will call it a PNG. Why I'm converting this? Because if I directly add the footage into Blender, it's going to be landscape. As you can see right now, it's landscape. So first of all, we need to rotate it, then we can work on it. So we have set the location for it, we changed it to PNG sequence, and now it's time to transform. First of all, we're gonna rotate it on minus 90 degree, and then as you can see, it's rotated, but the frame is not correct, or the resolution is not correct. So what, first of all, I'm going to change it. I'm going to make the X resolution to 1080 and the Y resolution to 1920, and as you can see, it's perfectly fitting in there, and this is what we wanted. So now it's time to hit render and render out the animation. It's not animation, it's just a video, to be clear with that. Okay, so it's right now rendering, and let's wait for this to finish. It's going to take some time. But it's not a 4K footage, and yeah, I will put the link to the same footage in the description down below. I recorded the footage in a street of Peshawar, so you don't need to worry about any copyright stuff because it's not from any other's website. It's just mine footage. Okay, I got a shit mobile phone that don't have a good camera, so that's why it's not really good, but we will go for it because some people have problem with camera phone recording. Okay, so now it's done. It's time to close it. It's time to open up After Effects and see what we can do with it. So let's open it up and see what we get here. Okay, so right now we are in Adobe After Effects. I'm gonna hit a new project. I'm gonna go ahead to File, Import. I'm gonna click File, and now it's time to select the footage that we just exported into Blender. So I'm gonna go ahead to the directory where I have the PNG sequence. It's right here. Select one image and then click PNG sequence and then click Import. Just import your footage into After Effects like that. It's very low resolution, but sorry for that. Anyways, so it's time to select the footage. In Tracker, if you don't have this tracker, just go to Window and select where it is, Tracker. Here we go, Trackers. And if we just select it, and as you can see, we can see trackers here. So track the camera, and in the Effect tab, click Advanced and click Detailed Analysis to get something perfect. So we're gonna wait for this to happen, and yeah, this is doing its job. And the footage is not really good because it's not a 4K footage, it's just an HD footage with high definition. And maybe if you are trying yourself, you can go for high quality footage because it makes a huge difference. But right now I'm just gonna show you how to do it, so you don't need to worry about anything like the quality, because Adobe After Effects is really good at motion tracking. Sometimes it's bad, but for this footage it's good and it's gonna work. Okay, so let's just do it, and it's solving the camera, and let's wait for this to happen. Okay, so the solve is done, and if you zoom in, as you can see, if we just stayed here, as you can see, it's creating this thing. So left click and then right click and create solid and camera. So let's check it out if it's sticking or not. Okay, I think this point is not really good for me. I think if I go for this 3-point, create solid in camera, and let's see what we get here. Okay, so the billboard right here is a bit moving, but you don't need to worry about because we're going to replace it. Select this one, create solid and camera, and let's see. Okay, so Control Z. I'm just trying to select the perfect one, and I'm recording everything for you people, so you don't miss any point. I think this one is perfect. Create solid and camera, and if you play it, let's zoom in. Okay, I think it's perfect. Now it's time to export it. Well, for exporting tracking data from After Effects into Blender, well, there are two ways. Here is an add-on called AE to Blend, which is paid. But I got a script from somewhere on the internet, and if I just go and search for it, After Effects to Blender script, search for it, and you will find a GitHub repository. If you click it, now you can see we got this. So here's the link to it, After Effects to Blender. And if we just come up here and what is it? Is it installation? As you can see, everything is here. Download it. You have to download the script file from here, and then what you need to do, you need to download the Blender add-on also. You need to install it like that. It's showing all the steps on how to do it. So definitely check this link out because it's very, very important for you, and try to read everything because I'm not going to explain it right here. It's going to take some time. So after installing the script from the link that I will provide in the description, you have to select all of the things. Okay, so after selecting all of the layers, go to File, go to Scripts, and as you can see export composition data to JSON. If you install the script from the description, if you download the script from there and install it in Adobe After Effects, you will see this option. Click it. Now select the location for it. I'm just gonna go for my location. I'm gonna name it to track or something like that. Hit enter and click export. Okay, so close it, and now it's time to launch Blender and see what we can get here. Okay, so right now we're in Blender, and I'm gonna select everything and hit X to delete. First of all, let's set up the resolution. I'm gonna set it as the footage how 1080 and 1920, something like that. Okay, so now it's time to go to File, Import After Effects composition data, and it's also an add-on to import this data. So you need to go up to add-ons and search for After Effects. Yeah, you will not have that option anywhere, but you need to download this add-on from this link in the description down there, and then you can install the script, and you will have that that add-on, and you will have that add-on after installing it. Okay, so it's time to go to File, Import After Effects composition data. Just go to the location where you have that file, pick soften, and here have we go, track JSON. Okay, so when you import from After Effects, as you can see, it's like very messed up, like it's very far away. The camera was not that far away from the subject, but we don't really care about. So I'm going to select it and hit X and delete it. Delete the front one because we don't really need it. So what we need to do, hit A, select everything, and then hit G to move it by one frame. Let me show you. As you can see, the keyframe starts from 0 and we want it to start from 1. So hit A, select everything, then select every keyframe by hitting A, and then hit G and move it one frame forward. So that's it. Now it's time to select the camera. Go to camera settings, and in here under background image, I'm gonna click it, add image. I'm gonna click movie clip, image, click open, and go ahead to where you have that file stored. It's in the PNG. Hit A, select all the PNGs that you exported from Blender, and here is your thing. And yeah, as you can see, it's sticking in there. So now in the transform orientation, change it to local and turn on gizmo. While what it does, like for example, if you're in global, then it's going to follow this rule like Z, X, and if you change it to local, it's going to follow the object rotation. As you can see, it's rotated that way. For example, if I rotate it on Y-axis, something like this, and now if you look at this, as you can see, it's following the object rotation. Okay, so now select the camera, go into camera settings, increase the ending clipping, so we can see things going on. I'm gonna move up on Z-axis, I'm gonna go on to X-axis, and if you still play it, it's still there. Now it's time to scale up, so scale this up like that, maybe slightly rotate it on Y-axis just a bit, and move it up like that. Okay. Okay, so go into edit mode, select this edge and turn on gizmo here, and let me just fix it. It's time to move it on X-axis like that, and I'm just gonna move it slightly down, slightly that axis, and that one just a bit. I'm gonna move it down like that. If it's not perfectly aligning there, you just need to go to vertex selection and align them as needed, okay? Because it's not like a professional way of doing it, but I'm still teaching you how to do it. Okay. Okay. I think it's fine. It's 100% weight here. I'm just trying to fix it, and I think if I just slightly move it down just a tad, not so much. Now this one also just slightly. Okay, so let's play it and see how does it feels like. I think it's okay, and yeah. Okay, so first of all, we're gonna add material into it, then we're gonna add our characters. But first of all, let's set up our holdout material and our main material. So we need to go into material section. We're gonna add a new material, let's name them like main material, which is playing the main role in it. And add another one, click new, and add a holdout. Name it a holdout, or you can just name it anything. Like I'm gonna name it like mask, something like that. Okay, so for the main material, just leave it, but for the mask, you need to change the surface into holdout. Okay, so go into edit mode. I'm gonna select all of them, hit A, select all of them, and then Alt E, extrude edges, hit S and scale it up like that, something like this. And now, okay, so I'm gonna click this button in I'm gonna go into object, in item, no, view. You can increase the end clipping into something higher so you can see what is going on. So go into edit mode. I'm gonna open up a new window here so I can see what is going on in the camera. Okay, so let's select this one and hit E and extrude it backward like that. Maybe slightly back if you want. And now hit Control Numpad plus to select this one and come up to selection, invert it. Select the mask and click assign, so you'd have the holdout material if you go into object mode. And if you go into material view, as you can see, for example, I'm going to go to solid for this one, and for this I'm going to go to material. So as you can see, it's masking stuff behind it. So let me just give you an example on how holdout works. I'm going to hit Shift A. I'm going to add a mesh. I'm going to add a cube. So if the cube is behind, okay, so it's far away. Let's just click Shift S cursor to select it and select the cube. Shift S selection to cursor. Moving into camera view, scaling it up so we can see what is going on. I'm gonna slightly move it. So the holdout is very powerful, like it's literally masking everything. Like if I just talk about this one. So as you can see, the holdout material is high. Anything behind the holdout is hidden. If you play it, as you can see, the cube is sticking there and people will start thinking, what? That's real. The cube is out there and it's staying there. So that's how holdout works. So now it's time for our main object, which is going to be adding some Deadpool material. But before adding any single model, we need to set up lighting, because lighting is extremely important for this one. Just do it right away. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to go into world setting, click this button, click environment texture. I'm gonna find a good HDRI, and I will also give you the link to the same HDRI in the description down below if you want to use it. I'm gonna go into HDRI, and not that one, that is a piece of shit. I think outside was cloudy, okay? So we need something that is overcast, that's have the feeling of overcast, like there was no sunlight there. So we're gonna add something that is having clouds there. And I have this texture. If I go into here, I have it, texture, and this one. So let's first save the file. Save, and go ahead where you want to save it. A Pixsoft 40, I'm gonna save it here, save Blender file. If you go to render view, we are actually in Eevee render. So first of all, we're gonna change it to cycles. Then we're gonna change the GPU compute, the device to GPU compute. Turn on denoise. Under film, let's click transparent. Okay. So first of all, in overlays here, we're gonna turn off the relationship lines because I really hate these. Okay. So yeah, I think the color. I think if I just increase the strength just slightly, it's going to look good. So for the main material, if I make it like black or something, yeah, I think it's looking good. Yeah, it's looking fine. So right now you can add anything into it, but I think if I add Deadpool into this one, it's gonna look cool. You know what I mean? So let's find out a Deadpool model from Sketchfab and use it in our video. It will make it really cool. Okay, so okay, would it be good to add a Deadpool model, or adding something else into it? I really don't know, but I'm gonna add it right now because people wants to see everything they see. Control S, save it. Let's go to our browser or anything. I'm gonna go for Edge. I'm gonna search for Deadpool. Oh shit. Deadpool free 3D model. Enter. As you can see, Sketchfab pops up because it's a good. I love Sketchfab. This is amazing. Like, it's the greatest place ever. Okay. Yeah. It's got a lady Deadpool. Okay. Fine. Okay. Oh, this is really good. I think this is a fine one. Let's see more model information. Oh no, it's not rigged. We're going to rig it right away. But it's cool. Let's just find another one here. Maybe if you just look for the info. Why don't they rig it? I think it's a photo scan of a toy. Ah. Yeah. Deadpool full body. Deadpool. No, it's not rigged. I can rig it in different places, but I don't want to waste the time. So I want something that is already rigged. Why don't they? Let us search Deadpool rig. Yeah, we find stuff that are rigged, that I've rigged. Okay, fine. I think this is a good model. It's rigged, fully rigged, and it's free. Okay. Yeah, I think that's the best one. If you look at these, yeah, we find it. Thanks to Shahryar76 for the great model. Let's just save it, touch, and done. And download 3D model. It's happy. Oh, 3 MB. I love it. Download it. It's like a very optimized model, and it will make your rendering very faster, because if we add some photo scan into your motion track scene, then it's gonna take ages to render. So it's downloading, and let's wait for these. Well, I'm like recording an exclusive content for this video, so you have to wait for me for every single thing, because if you want exclusive stuff, you have to wait for me while I'm downloading, and my internet is a piece of shit, so I'm just waiting for it with you people, with you good people that is watching until now, because it's 20 minutes right now and you're still watching. You're a good person, you're gonna make it. Okay, let's say go into file manager, or you can call it file explorer. I'm gonna cut it, I'm gonna move it, here we go, and I'm gonna paste it. Let's just WinRAR extract to the folder, delete this shit and open it up. Source Deadpool FBX file. So let's go into our Blender file, go to file, import FBX, Deadpool fully textured, Deadpool, and voila, we have the model. But I think it's, let's see if it's rigged or not, or the guy was just joking. And I'm gonna turn on fed because we want to see it. Oh great, it's rigged. This is what we wanted. Okay, so let's see if the character have any sort of material or not, or maybe the material can be missed. Yeah, it's missing. So how to add them? So let's just go into shadow editor, and right now you can see if you selected the first layer of material, the first we can call it slot. Let's just click it, and let's go ahead into where we have the Deadpool model. It's here, 40, and Deadpool texture. It's right here. Deadpool CHR Deadpool body. Let's check it out. Which texture is it? It's body. Click it. It's misc. Okay, go to E, asset. No, sorry. Epic Soft. 40. This one, texture. Misc, norm, misc. Yeah, that one. We don't treat roughness. Okay, we got a normal map, so I'm gonna duplicate it. Click this folder icon and select the normal map also, and connect the normal map to the color of the normal map here. And yeah, if we just go okay, so let's just go to 3D viewport. And yeah, as you can see, we got something here. And it's not supposed to be like very rough. Yeah, we can add a bit of detail into it, and let's do it. I'm gonna open up a new window so we can see it from here. Come up here and turn off overlays. Okay, so first of all, let's delete this normal map. Action delete, Shift A. We're gonna add texture, and we're gonna add a noise texture. Shift A, we're gonna add a bump node. Connect the vector into the height and the normal into the normal. Let's see what we get. So here we get something really funny, but we can decrease the strength, and we can increase the scale. We can increase the detail level, and we can also increase the roughness, but we can make the strength down to earth. Increase the scale immensely. we just need a subtle amount of roughness. Okay, so let's add another layer of bump node. So let's duplicate it, add it here, and now we click add texture and add a Voronoi texture. Connect the distance into the height. For now, we're gonna increase the strength so we will be able to see what is going on. So what it does, it's if we play around with scale, it's doing something like that. Let's just increase the detail level, not so high, the roughness level. And if we decrease the randomness, it's gonna make a pattern which is looking something like this. If you increase the scale, and now it's time to decrease the strength. Let's just increase the scale, slightly increase the randomness, not so much but just a bit, and I think it's working, and this is what we wanted. I don't want to go into shading so much because it's a bit confusing, and I don't want to make it confusing because I don't want any question in the comment section below, but you can ask. Yeah. Okay, so we are done with it, and now it's time to turn on the gizmo. Select the armature and scale it up. Go into camera view. Oh, he's very big now, but we can move it to here. Yeah. Select the other object. So there is an add-on called copy attribute menu. You need to go into edit, preferences, add-ons, and search for copy attribute menu. And if you don't find it, you need to download it, and I don't want to talk about it. So preferences. So why I turn this on, because now if I select this object and then this object, I can copy, or I can match the rotation of both the objects. So now if I click Control C, you can see I got so many options. If I click copy rotation, the object is going to rotate the same way, but I want it to rotate on X on 90 degree, and then rotate on Y on 90 degree on negative axis. So now both of them have the same kind of rotation. Yeah, let's just move it backward like that. Let's just scale it up, move it down. So now what you can do, you can just change the pose of his, but right now, as you can see, we can see Deadpool down there. So how to hide it? Now it's time to select the object and go to edit mode. I'm gonna click edge selection, select the downward edge, hit E, extrude on the Z-axis. Yeah, let's hide it. That's the power of I'm gonna off this one. Okay, select the armature, go to pose mode. Of this video, I have added some more stuff. I made this pose here. You can see it's a very simple pose, and I added some claws downloaded from Sketchfab. This one. I will put the link to all of those models in the description down below, so you can also use it. And if we just see it, as you can see, it's very simple. If you go to render view, it's the same scene, but I have added those claws here. And I will show you something else. In render settings, I made the render sample to 22. I turn on transparent under film. If you want, you can turn on motion blur if you do have, but we don't have any motion, so we're not gonna do it. In compositing, actually, you have to click use node, and let me just do it again. Let me just select everything and X delete. So it will be like that, okay? If you click use node, you can now add nodes. I'm gonna add input, output. I'm gonna add a composite node. Input, add input, output, Weaver node. Add input, and I'm gonna add an image sequence. I'm gonna select the image sequence by hitting A and import image sequence. I'm gonna click add input, and I'm gonna click sorry, not that one. I'm gonna click add input scene render layers, and as you can see, we have added this layer. Now grab this and search for alpha over node. this one, but I'm not gonna connect it to vector. I'm gonna connect it to the top socket. I'm gonna connect the render layer to the bottom socket, connect this with the composite node and also the weaver node. You will not have that image, so let me just first save the file, and if I click render image, you will be able to see what is going on, and it's like very simple. It's not that complex. And guys, that was for today. If you want to get more like that, you can just hit subscribe button, and you can share this video with your friend, because they might don't know about After Effects and Blender friendship. So let them know about it, and they will love it. So guys, I will see you in the next video, but let me just first see that what we made. So right now, as you can see, it's perfectly doing its job. And yeah, that's it. That was for today. There's nothing to explain. Thank you.